maybe I'm reviving a sort of a habit of a few years ago. Before finishing this, wrapping up this Queen of Beauty story, which doesn't have to be linear, doesn't have to be at all, because of the impact it had with the public. It doesn't look like they're missing something, they're missing anything, they're interested at all. So, okay, I was just, we're doing it in a Brownian movement sort of way. And anyway, I was thinking, how about saying a few words which will prolong my pleasure. It is my pleasure. That's again from Lawrence of Arabia. But who says it? It's the Omar Sharif character who, I am a river to my people. But it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. It's one of the other sheikhs. No, I'm sorry. I'm a river to my people. It's Anthony Quinn's character. Omar Sharif is something else. They're at odds actually for quite a while, I think. Surely. So I was thinking Samarkand. What an extraordinary novel. What a pleasure it is. Speaking of Lawrence of Arabia, also taking place in Arabia, magical, exotical, fabulous, with interesting rulers. The Sultan, the most powerful man on earth, as seen from there. Indeed, one of the most powerful at that age, but if seen from another place, from China, well, I don't know. The Chinese ruler. But then again, one has to have a good grasp of history to really go into that, because maybe China at that time was in turmoil, so they didn't really have a unified emperor. Maybe it wasn't the Qin dynasty, the Ming or whatever. It was different powerful lords fighting each other. So maybe the assessment, which is anyway made in a novel, artistic license, there are places that exist. Samarkand, of course. Baghdad is mentioned. Mohammed, Alhamdulillah. But there are also fictional, invented aspects. Religion is vital at the center of it all. In fact, I'm just going through the passage where they have this. It's not a heretic, not an infidel, unless of course you look from the opposite, from the side, from the point of view of his adversaries. But they have anyway this deep division evident in the world today, within Islam, never mind Islam versus the world. For some of the fundamentalists, that's jihad, the holy war, which again depends on the interpretation. My understanding is that jihad is first, in the reading of scholars, of maybe hopefully most of Muslims, is a war you have to fight with yourself, with the evil, with the bad side, not go in the world and just put bombs or crush with planes into skyscrapers, into twin towers and whatever, and kill innocent people. That's not jihad as Allah would have it. So they have this fight between the Shiites and the Sunnis, and I'm thinking of this moment when Hassan, this important character, comes to Omar Khayyam, who is the dominant. That's the hero of the book, and speaks of the argument, which was very interesting, saying that look, there is proof for the Shiites, which are in a minority in the world of today. As I mentioned, there's a clash between the two. Shiites are dominant in Iran and some other places, but throughout the Arab and the Muslim world at large, majorities are Sunni. And you have Iran, bitter enemy of Saudi Arabia, Emirates, other small states in the Gulf, and more. Israel, never mind Israel. But back in this history, the Shiite says this: look, Sunnis. I don't remember. I didn't learn it by heart in any way, but it's just what I remember, and this will make it maybe clearer, because that's, at least for now, that's the main point of this. No, they say you forget. You read something and you forget. There's even a chart showing that tomorrow I'll forget 80% of what I've read. But one way to remember is to rehearse, to read. That's what they do with students at the exams. If you read again, that's one way. But the best way is to teach others. If you teach, I'm not teaching you, you don't exist. No offense, I mean, there's probably no audience at this point, that's what I mean. If you are, well, good for you, good for me, then it means I kept you waiting for something more interesting than I can provide. So now maybe it's time to say goodbye. There would be, maybe I will be a few notes on this, because it is such a mesmerizing, such a challenging subject, this book, and the themes in it. So this Shiite, Hassan, his name is, says something like this, and it's the Ismailites, or they have a few sects, a few denominations. He will give birth to the assassins cult, things like that. I'm only not halfway. It's since it's read on an e-reader, it tells you the exact page and percentage, and the percentage I think is 37%. So I'm not yet, but that's excellent. I mean, the more it takes, the better. More sweetness and ambrosia and nectar. Sorry, I'm supposed to show them, but I forget once in a while to look at the camera and see what's going on. I see them. It says this: Allah told Muhammad, but then with Muhammad gone, there will be no proof. We have the proof with our belief. Why? Because for us, meaning Shiites, I guess in general, it's sect anyway, you have a descendant. In other words, he says something like, for the Sunnis, with Muhammad, the proof is gone. How do you know that what your preachers, what you hear, what you believe, what you pray over there is the truth? You don't, because with Muhammad, we have the proof because they believe in a successor. They believe there was an anointed one. There was Ali. And so they have, according to this tradition, the proof coming along through the ages. Well, it was 1090 thereabouts. So it was only a few hundred years since Muhammad was gone. What was it? In the 7th century, it was 630 something, I think. A lot of activity took place then, military operations and so on. So interesting, phenomenal characters, towered over, of course, by the Samarkand author of the Rubaiyat, astrologer. Yeah, he's doing the charts, the readings for the Sultan, for the important people there, military leaders and others. So Vizier, that's another figure important. But a wonderful expert for his time in medicine, poet, astronomer. His main goal was to have this astrolabe and observatory built, and watch and study the stars. Yeah, the idea is maybe I'll try and speak again about this blissful novel, Samarkand, tomorrow again, maybe, inshallah.